Hey folks, so pretty windy day today. It's probably about 18-20 knots of wind out here coming from the right side of me and a little forward. So I put my windshield down. Most of my Vblogs, you'll see my windshield up. I prefer to have my windshield visor open a crack to the first click, which is just a little bit. That way I get a little more air in the helmet. And I put the windshield up so the air moves over top of my helmet, reduces any helmet buffeting and body buffeting. So when the wind's not really blowing like this, no problem. However, when the wind is up like this, having this windshield up really pushes the bike around more. And makes you want to like oversteer because you can feel it. It's almost like you're pushing against a wall or something. You know, you can actually feel you're giving it throttle, and it's like you're pushing against something. And then, of course, when the cars create the turbulence from that wind, you get a lot of the motorcycle moving around a little bit. Now, again, not to where you feel out of control, not to where anything like that. It also does make, because it wants to push the motorcycle in a constant way toward the left here, since the wind's coming from the right. You wind up pushing on the handlebars to correct that. Just like in a car, you know, you get a bad side wind, you're holding the steering wheel a little crooked to compensate. But then with the turbulence and buffeting, it makes it not fun. So as you see, what I do is I put the windshield down, I close my visor. For me, it's better to have a little more head buffeting now than motorcycle buffeting. It just makes it more comfortable now in dealing with that wind. So just a tip from me to make sure when you get in conditions like that, try it with the windshield up or down. By the way, a lot of people say the vented windshield isn't worth it. The bottom line is, it's not worth it from providing you air, because it really doesn't. You really can't feel any air coming from it. But what it does do is, as air travels over that windshield, it creates a negative pressure area back here. It's called Bernoulli's principle. It's how like a wing on an airplane works. So that negative pressure back here also makes you fight a little bit and get more buffeting. When I put this windshield on with the vented windshield, it helped get rid of that negative pressure as much, and thus got rid of a lot of the buffeting. So yeah, it's worthless for providing you air. It's great for helping get rid of the buffeting. Now, as you saw, mine's a 2011. Later years, I don't even think they offer the vented for those anymore, even though you can put it on. They automatically had holes down lower than that vent on both areas where the metal bracket has holes. So obviously they did that to just reduce that negative pressure and buffeting. So a buddy of mine on Spyder Riders, Steve Duke, he sold me this windshield because when he bought his 2014 it had the holes, and he says it works for him. So I've never had the holes, can't say. Definitely the vented windshield worked for me. So as far as that goes. Anyway, just a little tip about the winds buffeting, and you know, just something to talk about on my way home from work today.